What's going on, JW Faction? My name is Josh Williamson. So for this whole video recipe, I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate caramel Oreo pie. Now, this is very simple and easy to put together, and you need to try this recipe out. It tastes absolutely incredible, okay? This is one of the absolute best desserts that you will ever try, and it's very easy to put together. So let's get started. So to start this recipe off, in this big Ziploc bag right here, I have 36 Oreo cookies, and what we're going to do with them is using a rolling pin, we're going to beat the living crap out of them until you get them as fine of crumbs as you can. Now, normally I would use my food processor for this, but for the sake of people who don't have a food processor, I'm showing you another way of doing it, so just keep on beating them until they're as fine as possible. Alright, so I transferred the crushed up Oreos into another bowl, and what we're gonna do now is add half a cup of melted butter to that. And we want to mix this all together until it's well combined and the Oreos are coated in that melted butter. Alright, so next I have a 9-inch tart pan that I've greased with some cooking spray. And what we're going to do now is add that Oreo crumb and butter mixture into it. And then just spread it all over the bottom and run it on the sides too. Alright, so after you've done that, what you want to do now is put this in the refrigerator while we get started on the caramel filling for this. Alright, so now we're going to get started on the caramel filling for this pie. Now, in a saucepan over a medium heat, we're going to add 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar along with half a cup of melted butter. And you want to keep mixing the brown sugar and the butter together over the medium heat until it's well combined, the sugar has dissolved, and it starts to boil. Alright, so now as you can see, it's starting to boil, and what we're going to do now is let this boil for 1 minute over this medium heat, and after it's done boiling, turn the heat off. Alright, now the mixture is done boiling and I took it off the heat, and what we're going to do now is add 1/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream to that mixture, and mix and pour it in while you're stirring the caramel. Alright, and after you've done that, what you want to do now is let this cool down for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Alright, so I just took our Oreo base out of the refrigerator, and what we're going to do now is pour that cooled down caramel mixture into the pan with the Oreo crust. Alright, so after you've done that, what you want to do now is put this in the freezer for about 40 to 45 minutes, but not too long though. You don't want this to freeze, you just want this to be completely set. Alright, so now we're going to get started on the chocolate ganache that we're going to put on top of the pie. So in this little microwave safe bowl, I have 12 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and to that I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And what we want to do with this is we want to put this in the microwave on high for 30 seconds, give it a stir, and repeat that process until the chocolate is melted and mixed in with the whipping cream. Alright, and that is our chocolate ganache made. Now, what we're going to do now is let this ganache cool down for about 10 to 15 minutes. Alright, so I just took the crust with the caramel mixture out of the freezer, and what we're going to do now is pour that chocolate ganache onto the top of the pie. And like I said, make sure that it's cooled down before you pour it on so it doesn't mix in with the caramel. Alright, so now we're going to put this in the refrigerator for about 4 hours for the chocolate and everything to completely set. Alright, so the pie is now done setting in the fridge. Now, what I'm going to do now is completely optional. You don't have to do this, but I like to sprinkle a little bit of coarse sea salt all over the top of this pie. That'll really enhance the flavor of the chocolate and the caramel. Alright, our chocolate caramel Oreo pie is done. Like I said, it was so easy to put together and just a recipe that you absolutely need to try, okay? This is already one of the best desserts that I have ever tasted. It is worth every single amount of time you spend waiting on it to get done. Trust me, you have to try this recipe. But if you do, leave in the comment section down below and tell me what you thought, whether you liked it or you hated it. And if you liked this video, thumb it up, hate this video, thumb it down, and be sure to subscribe and become a member of the JW Faction on a journey to 10,000 subscribers. See you later.